Hey there, welcome aboard. I am Captain Jake, and for the past 10 years, I have been flying passengers just like you across this country and around the world. And today, I am not in the cockpit. I am right here, sharing something that has been on my mind for a long time. You know what frustrates me? Watching senior passengers struggle through airports when they do not have to. I see it every single flight. A gentleman in his 70s, exhausted after walking through a massive terminal. A woman in her 80s, confused about which gate to go to, missing her connection. Passengers who paid the same ticket price as everyone else, but getting half the service. And here is the thing that really gets me. The airlines have services designed specifically for you. Benefits that can transform your travel experience from stressful to smooth. But they do not advertise them. They do not put them on their websites. They train their staff to provide these services, but only if you ask. Why? Because every wheelchair they provide costs them money. Every seat upgrade they give away is revenue lost. Every extra service takes time and manpower, so they keep quiet. They assume if you really need help, you will figure it out yourself. Well, today that changes. I am going to walk you through 8 benefits that airlines provide to senior travelers, but only when you know they exist and, more importantly, how to ask for them. These are not discounts or coupons. These are real services that can make the difference between arriving exhausted and frustrated, or arriving relaxed and ready to enjoy your trip. And if you are watching this for a parent or grandparent, please share this with them. This information can genuinely change how they experience air travel. Now let us get into it. Number 1. The VIP Airport Escort. This one is my absolute favorite because it solves a problem that has nothing to do with physical ability. Let me explain. Modern airports are enormous. Dallas-Fort Worth has 5 terminals spread across 17,000 acres. Atlanta has over 200 gates. Chicago O'Hare is basically a small city. And if you have a connection, you might need to walk a mile or more between gates, take a train, go through security again, all while watching the clock tick down. Everyone knows you can request a wheelchair. But here is what most people do not know. You do not need a wheelchair to get escort service. You can request a human being whose only job is to meet you when you land and walk you to your next gate. I watched a couple in their late 70s miss their connection at O'Hare last year. They were perfectly capable of walking. But they got confused, went to the wrong terminal, and by the time they figured it out, the plane was gone. They missed their granddaughter's wedding in Seattle. Here is how you avoid that. When you book your ticket, or by calling the special assistance line after booking, you request what is called ground assistance for connection. When they offer a wheelchair, you say this exact phrase: "I do not need a wheelchair. I am mobile. I am requesting an escort to help me navigate the airport." They will assign someone to meet you at your arriving gate and walk you all the way to your departing gate. Same person who would push a wheelchair, but they just walk beside you instead. This service is mandated by federal law under the Air Carrier Access Act. Airlines must provide it when requested. Number 2. Priority boarding without the awkward announcement. You have heard the gate announcement. We now invite passengers needing extra time to board. And what happens? A rush of people, and you are standing there wondering if you qualify, feeling awkward, worried about holding up the line. Here is the secret. You do not wait for that announcement. You go to the gate agent before boarding even starts, and you say this: "Hi, I am in seat 14B. I have a medical device in my carry-on, and I need to make sure it stays in the cabin with me. Can you please ensure I board early to secure overhead space?" You are not saying you are slow. You are not saying you are old. You are stating a clear logistical need. The agent will either board you immediately or tell you to stand by the podium. Why does this matter so much? Because I've seen it happen dozens of times. A senior boards during regular boarding, gets to their row, and the overhead bins are completely full. The flight attendant says we need to gate check your bag. And inside that bag is a CPAP machine, medication, or something critical. A gate-checked bag can be lost, delayed, or damaged. Pre-boarding is your insurance policy against that nightmare. Number 3. The TSA Cares program. This is an actual government program that most travelers have never heard of. TSA Cares is a helpline specifically designed to help passengers with disabilities, medical conditions, or anyone who needs additional assistance getting through security screening. If you are 75 or older, you already qualify for modified screening procedures. You can keep your shoes on. You can keep a light jacket on. You may be eligible for expedited screening, but TSA Cares goes further. You can request a passenger support specialist. This is a TSA officer who has received specialized training to assist passengers who need extra help. They can guide you through the entire screening process, explain what is happening at each step, and make sure you are treated with dignity. Here is how you use it. Call TSA Cares at 8557872227 at least 72 hours before your flight. Tell them your travel date, your departure airport, and what kind of assistance you need.
They will coordinate with the TSA team at your airport to make sure someone is ready to help you. This is a free service provided by the federal government. It exists specifically for situations like yours. Use it. Number 4.
Hidden comfortable seats. No, I am not talking about first class, and I am not talking about those extra legroom seats they try to sell you for $80. I am talking about seats that airlines hold back and do not release to the general public. These are often bulkhead seats, the ones right behind the wall with extra legroom, or specific aisle seats near the front of the cabin. Airlines block these seats for several reasons, including for passengers with mobility or medical needs. The hidden part is this: the online booking system will show these seats as unavailable or occupied, but they are not occupied. They are controlled, reserved for situations exactly like yours. If you have arthritis that makes it painful to bend your knees into a standard seat, if you have a leg brace or recent surgery, if you simply cannot physically fold yourself into a 31-inch pitch seat, you may be entitled to one of these blocked seats. Here is how you access them. Do not try to do this online. Call the airline's reservation line after you book your standard ticket and say this: I am calling about reservation number XXX. I have a physical mobility impairment, and I require a seat that can accommodate it. I see the bulkhead seats are blocked online. Can you please release one for me? Use those exact words. Mobility impairment. Accommodate. These words trigger the agent to look at that special block of seats. Saying I want more legroom will get you nowhere because legroom is a luxury. Accommodation is a requirement. Number 5. Special meals you did not know existed. Most travelers know you can request a vegetarian meal or a kosher meal online. But what if your issue is not the content of the food, but the mechanics of eating it? As we age, things change. Maybe you have tremors and using those flimsy plastic utensils is difficult. Maybe you have dental issues and chewing tough meat or crusty bread is painful. Maybe you are recovering from a procedure. This is about dignity. I have watched passengers quietly close their meal tray and hand it back uneaten because they were embarrassed they could not manage the food. Here is what the airlines do not advertise. Beyond the standard special meals you see online, airlines offer what is called a bland meal or soft meal. This consists of soft foods that are easy to chew and digest: mashed potatoes, poached fish, cooked vegetables. Some airlines also offer diabetic meals, low-sodium meals for high blood pressure, and other medically appropriate options. The key is that you have to call the special assistance line to request them. They are not available through the website. When you book, call the airline and say I require a soft meal due to a medical condition, or I require a diabetic meal. They will add a code to your reservation, and when you board, quietly confirm with the flight attendant. Just say hi. I wanted to confirm my special meal request is on file for seat 22C. We appreciate that heads up because these meals sometimes get misplaced. Number 6. The emergency rebooking priority. This is the big one. This is the benefit that can save you from sleeping in the airport. Your flight gets canceled. Weather, mechanical issue, whatever. That canceled sign flashes on the board, and everyone makes a mad dash for the service desk. Suddenly there is a line 200 people long, and you are looking at a potential 8-hour wait. Here is what you need to know. Airlines triage passengers during mass cancellations. They will never announce this publicly because it would cause chaos, but they absolutely prioritize certain passengers. unaccompanied minors, passengers with disabilities, and yes, seniors. But you have to identify yourself. Do not just get in the back of that 200-person line. Walk to the side of the podium or the roped-off entrance of the line. Make eye contact with the first agent you see, and politely say this: "Excuse me, I know you are very busy. I am 78 years old and traveling alone. I have a medical condition. I need to get on the next available flight. I cannot wait in this terminal for 8 hours." You are not cutting the line. You are activating a different service protocol. I have seen elderly passengers get rebooked on the last seat of the last flight out, while 200 other people were told to come back tomorrow. State your case. Be clear, polite, and firm. Before I continue with the last two benefits, I want to share something that can help you with everything we have talked about today. The truth is, airline benefits are just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. There are dozens of rules, fees, and procedures that can trip you up at every stage of your journey. Security regulations that change constantly, baggage policies that vary by airline, rights you have as a passenger that no one tells you about. I have put together a complete guide that covers everything you need to know before your next flight. It is called the Airport Survival Guide. From carry-on rules to security procedures to your rights when things go wrong, it is all in one place. Written in plain language, no confusing jargon. If you want to stop being surprised by fees and start traveling with the confidence you deserve, the guide is available right now. The link is in the description below and in the pinned comment. Check it out after this video. All right, let us continue. Number 7, medical device accommodations. This one is critical if you travel with any kind of medical equipment. We are talking about CPAP machines, portable oxygen concentrators, insulin that needs to stay cold, and similar devices. First, the law. Under the Air Carrier Access Act, airlines must allow you to bring FAA-approved medical devices on board at no extra charge. They do not count against your carry-on allowance. That is federal law, not airline policy. But the logistics can be confusing. Let me break it down. If you use a CPAP machine, most airlines allow you to use it during flight on long-haul routes, but you cannot plug it into the airplane outlet. Those outlets are not medically rated. You must have sufficient battery power for 150% of your flight time. So for an 8-hour flight, you need 12 hours of battery. You must also notify the airline's medical desk, not regular reservations, at least 48 hours before departure. They will add an approval code to your reservation. For insulin and temperature-sensitive medication, here is the reality. Flight attendants cannot store your medication in the galley refrigerator. It is a liability issue, and those fridges are not temperature-controlled properly. But what they can do is provide you with unlimited ice throughout the flight. Bring a small collapsible cooler and Ziploc bags. Tell the flight attendant you have temperature-sensitive medication. They will bring you fresh ice whenever you need it. I have personally seen flight attendants do this every hour for an entire 10-hour flight. We want to help. You just have to tell us what you need. Number 8. Complete curbside-to-curb assistance. You have made it through the flight. You have landed, but the journey is not over. You still have to get from the gate to baggage claim, identify your suitcase on a moving carousel, lift a 50-pound bag, and then get it to the taxi stand or pickup area. For many senior travelers, this final stretch is the most physically demanding part of the whole trip. Everyone knows you can get a wheelchair to baggage claim, but most people think the service ends there. The person pushing the chair says, "Here you go, have a nice day," and leaves you staring at the carousel. Here is the hidden benefit. The service does not have to end there. When you book your special assistance, either online or by phone, you must be very specific with your request. Do not just request assistance to baggage claim. Request assistance through baggage claim to ground transportation. The magic phrase is this: I require wheelchair assistance and luggage assistance from the aircraft to the curb. This means the agent will push you to the carousel. They will wait with you. They will help you identify your bag. They will lift it off the belt for you. And they will take you all the way to the taxi line, bus stop, or wherever your family is picking you up. This single request removes that final physical barrier. You arrive at your destination relaxed and taken care of, not exhausted with a pulled-back muscle. It is the dignified end to your journey that you deserve. So there you have it. 8 benefits that are available to you right now on your very next flight. Let me quickly recap. Number 1. Request an escort, not just a wheelchair, to navigate large airports. Number 2. Pre-board, by stating a clear need for overhead bin space. Number 3. Use TSA cares for specialized security screening assistance. Number 4. Call to access blocked seats reserved for passengers with mobility needs. Number 5. Request soft or medical meals by calling the special assistance line. Number 6. Identify yourself for priority rebooking during flight disruptions. Number 7. Notify the medical desk about CPAP machines and bring a cooler for temperature-sensitive medication. Number 8. Request curbside to curb assistance that includes help with your luggage. What is the common thread in all of this? None of these benefits are automatically given to you. You have to ask. But you have to ask the right person in the right way. Flying in your 70s, 80s, and beyond should not be an endurance test. It should be the exciting start of an adventure, a visit with grandchildren, a trip you have been dreaming about. With these tools, I hope it can be exactly that. Now I want to hear from you. What do you worry about most when you fly? What would make your travel experience better? Leave a comment below. I read every single one, and your questions help me decide what topics to cover next. And if this video was helpful, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. A parent, a grandparent, a friend who has been avoiding travel because it feels too hard. Hit that subscribe button so you do not miss future videos where I share more insider knowledge from my 10 years in the cockpit. Thank you for watching. I am Captain Jake. Fly safe, and I will see you in the next one.